we are going to talk on. I'm going to give you an uh, insight about the interpolation with unequal intervals. Under that, the method that is Newton's divided difference formula. Now, the interpolation formula, which is derived, are applicable only when the values of the function are given at equidistant intervals of the independent variable or arguments. It is sometimes inconvenient or even impossible to obtain values of a function at equidistant values of its argument, and in such cases it is desirable to have interpolation formula which are applicable when the functional values are given at unequal intervals of the arguments. Two such formulas are Newton's formula for unequal intervals of the argument and the Lagrange's formula. The differences used in the Newton formula are called divided differences, which are differences obtained in the unusual manner and then divided by certain differences of the values of the arguments. Okay, so this was just the explanation regarding the Newton's divided difference formula. Now let us go to its formula. Newton's divided difference formula for interpolation or Newton's formula for unequal interval for f of x equals to f of x0 plus x minus x0, then f of x0 comma x1 plus x minus x0 into x minus x1, f of x0 x1 comma x2. Okay. Likewise, it will move further plus x minus x0 x minus x1 into x minus x2 into f of x0 x1 comma x2 comma x3 plus, and it will go on further. Now let us take an example through which we come to know what is the formula. I'm just going to copy this formula so that we can use the formula in our example, right? Okay, this is a simple formula that with the help of this formula we can calculate the value. Okay, now the question which is being given here is find the form of the equation f of x under suitable assumption from the following data. Now find the form of the function. We need to find the form of the function, that is f of x, under suitable assumption from the following data. Okay, now for this we are just writing the solution. Okay, now sorry, yeah, okay, so I'm just putting a table over here, and we need to find the difference table so that we can obtain the values further. Okay, now this is simple x that is f of x, f of x. Then we need to have the f of x. Okay, delta f of x, then delta square f of x. Okay, and then now similar fashion, delta is to 3 f of x. Okay, now I'm just writing the values of the x, that is 0, then 1, 2 and 5. The values of f of x, that is 2, 3, 12, 147. Okay, so right, now we need to find a delta f of x. Okay, then we need to find delta square f of x, or delta raised to 2 f of x, delta raised to 3 f of x. Okay, now we need to subtract 3, sorry, 2 from 3, that is 3 minus 2. I'll just write it down. 3 minus 2 divided by 1 minus 0. 1 minus 0. Similar fashion for this one, I need to do, that is 12 minus 3 divided by 2 minus 1. Okay. Yeah, fine. And now 147 minus 12 divided by 5 minus 2. So here we get the answer, that is equals to 1, and here we get the answer, that is equals to 9, and here 147 minus 12 divided by 5 minus 2 equals to, that is 42, and this we say as the divided difference table. Just keep this in mind, this is the divided difference table. Okay, now we need to find the difference between these two and in between these two. Okay, So here 9 minus 1, just put it in the bracket, 9 minus 1 divided by 2 minus 0, that is equals to 4, and now the difference between these two, that is 45 minus, just put it into the bracket, 45 uh, sorry, it's 45 minus 9, yeah, 157 minus 12, 135 divided by 3, that gives you 45. I made a mistake here, 45 minus 9 divided by 5 minus 1, that is equals to 9. Okay, and now the difference between these two, we need to calculate the difference between these two, that is 9 minus 4 divided by 5 minus 0, that is equals to 1. Okay, so just keep this in mind. This is the difference table which we have obtained. Okay, now let us move further how to calculate this values. Okay,